Hello, I'm Martin, and I do voiceover.
I'm Joe, and I make websites.
And we want to see if we can become business friends with business people in just 5 minutes. It could be the start of an amazing business relationship.
Or it could be a complete and utter waste of time.
Still, it's only 5 minutes.
Start the
Timer.
What's your name and what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Zoe Britton and I'm one of the co-founders of the Arakan Group, your one-stop shop for operational management support and social media marketing.
It's almost like you rehearsed that because I was going to ask, what does Arakan do? Where did the where did the name come from?
So Arakan comes from my husband, who's an army veteran, and Arakan was the first battery that he was in when he joined the army.
Love that.
What is your favourite type of battery?
Not an army battery.
Fair enough.
Camera battery.
Camera battery. Double A. It's got to be double A. That's just a
double A,
classic
all the way. Rechargeable.
all round, or rechargeable, of course. Yeah. What do you love or hate virtual meetings?
Hate.
Hate. Why? Why do you hate them?
Hate's a strong word. Hate's a really strong word. That leads me on to talking about networking.
Oh, go on.
Oh, which I know you're passionate about, and so am I. Online networking, I find I struggle. The whole you're on mute, you get 60 seconds, and then you're on mute again.
Isn't it horrible when you have a really harsh time limit when you're speaking?
Yeah, and you can't read body language. You can't have a real conversation. It's like, you send the messages to each other, but yeah, and then you walk away thinking, well, that was an hour I'm not going to get back.
So Are you much more a fan of like traditional offline networking then, or is there something you've replaced it with?
No, I'm much more a fan of face-to-face.
Yeah.
At the start of this year, I challenged myself, and that challenge was to go networking, prove I hated it, and never do it again. Fast forward to July, where we took the keys to our office, and a couple of my business connections who know me locally said, well, now you've got your office, are you going to run a networking group?
Of course.
And I hadn't even thought about it. So I did some digging around locally, noticed there was nothing around, launched the networking group locally here. And the first meeting I held, it was actually standing room only because I'd run out of chairs.
Wow.
What's the best thing that you've taken from that experience of running a networking group that isn't like taking getting a referral or something like that?
So I wanted to make sure that this group was a bit different to all the others. I wanted to make sure that people were supported. And I banged the drum every time for collaboration over competition. I've been to too many networking groups where you walk into a room, one, you're ignored, or two, somebody goes, oh, you do what I do. Or the classic, oh, well, I'll never use your services.
I mean, you say the classic. I've never heard that, but like,
I hear it
talk about social awareness.
Yeah,
I've
I
heard
hear
that
it a
a
lot,
few
which is a
times,
real, well, it just ends the conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you think, I've booked an hour here.
Then you think, I don't even know what you do, and you've already set the time.
Yeah.
So that's one of
Just
the
move
things
seats at that point.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I open up about is collaboration over competition every time. Every time.
Have you got, other than the never going to need your services thing, have you got any other networking horror stories?
Oh gosh. Now you put me on the spot. Probably. Oh yes, I have. It was a good one. It was an online one I was invited to. Again, I'm not a fan. And I'm not a fan of lady-only networking, but that's more to do with my background as well, with working in male-dominated industries. And they asked about the contents of your knicker drawer. Ew. And whether you have them all folded up nice and neat, black.
I was going to say, because like the contents of your knickers drawer is knickers,
What?
right? There's only so many things you can ask about that.
What kind of pants do you wear? You'd be like, a little bit personal, let's go there. But yeah, that
1 minute warning.
Martin is so desperate to ask me what type of pants I'm wearing right now. I can tell, like I can feel it through the camera.
I'm all for being controversial and that, but I just found the pant drawer a really cringy, unnecessary conversation to have.
It feels a bit like trying too hard to be something, you know,
Yeah.
to make an impact
Yeah.
or be quirky or
Yeah.
whatever. So what? Let's move on from that. And
What
what's it-
is your favourite item of clothing? I'm not moving on from that. Like
My Hurricane t-shirt, my uniform. of course.
amazing? But what is in your sock drawer? Well, we know the answer to that one. Isn't it? What's
your strangest outfit?
Strangest outfit, it's got to be my pirate outfit, obviously.
Can you do a pirate impression for us?
Arm, Jim lad. Of course I can.
That, I mean, that was perfect. That was perfect. Thank you. What's your least favourite?
What do you think? Did we just spark a valuable new business relationship? Or should we have taken a coffee break instead? Joe's good at that. We'll be back soon to try to make more business friends. We're very lonely. Do you want to be our friend? Or maybe you could suggest someone we can chat to be friends with them. Drop us an email. friends@5mbf.co.uk.
That was excellent, Zoe. Thank you. That was really good.
You're welcome. That went so quick.